tonight's program should be a very spicy discussion of the contemporary state of Thai politics from Khun Jakrapop Penkair and Ajarn Worapol. He's brought with him from the United Front Against Dictatorship and Democracy, the group that has been mounting street protests against the current government in Thailand. Before we get into tonight's program, can I just run through a couple of upcoming events at the club. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow we have a Taiwanese evening. This is a discussion of Taiwan's rather unique place in Asia. We've got a buffet dinner that's been sponsored by the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office here in Thailand, and a couple of the best informed commentators and academics on Taiwan coming to give us an insight into where Taiwan fits into Asia's economy and what its future is, given its very problematic relationship with China. So for those of you who want to get better informed on Taiwan, tomorrow is the time to come down to the club. Later on, just as an advance warning of one of our programs coming up next month, in the series of international films that we've been showing in cooperation with different embassies here in Thailand to give you a flavour of the sort of films you would never see otherwise, we have a Polish film coming up on Thursday the 13th of September. This film is called Mój Nikifor. It's a very intense take on the biographical film on one of Poland's folk artists from the early part of the last century. It will be an evening. It's also the Polish embassy will be serving up some of the very famous bison grass vodka that you can get in the eastern part of Poland, which is a very strong incentive to come, although I'm told the film is fantastic. We also have an evening on Khmer architecture, and particularly architecture of the 50s and 60s, much of it still intact in Cambodia, on September the 26th. That's a Wednesday. So let's get back to tonight's program. We're very privileged to have with us Jakrapop Penkair. Many people will remember him as one of the spokesmen during the administration of Thaksin Shinawatra, one of the more available, as far as journalists are concerned, spokesman and outspoken spokesman. Previously, one of the bright stars of the Thai Foreign Ministry. Since the military coup last year, he's become one of the most public faces of the movement that is campaigning against the current government and against the whole consequences of the coup, a movement which culminated in a protest outside Prem Tinsulanonda's house back at the end of June, which resulted in Khun Jakrapop and some of his colleagues being dragged off to jail. And in fact, given his time in prison, we've had quite a difficult time organising this evening. We weren't quite sure at what point he would be out of jail. We're very lucky to have him here to give us an insight into the alternative view to the one being portrayed by the CNS in their plan to return Thailand to democracy. And with Khun Jakrapop, we have Ajarn Worapol from Thammasat University. He's also connected to the UDD. He tells me he's not actually a member. He's here to give us also his own take on what has gone wrong with Thailand in the last year. I should add, there are, we understand, possible legal constraints on what Khun Jakrapop is allowed to say to us tonight, although he's assured me beforehand he's feeling very brave and he will probably say whatever he feels like. So when we actually come to questions and answers, who actually is able to answer your question may depend on whether Khun Jakrapop feels it's going to send him straight back to jail. Anyway, over to you two.